Alrighty, good morning, everybody. This is the lovely view of outside today. Can't really get that to focus, I don't think. But yeah, nice and overcast today, just the way I like it. Gonna shift y'all around here real quick and switch. There we go. Good morning. Hope everybody's doing all right today. See who we got here. Night Owl, Rune, Miko, Dawn, Starry Lock, good morning. Hope everybody's doing all right on this weekend. Don's already ahead of us. He gets a jump start on the weekend every time, doesn't he? Anyway, yeah, it's been kind of a hectic week this week. Last weekend was kind of hectic as well. So that's why I wasn't around last Saturday. Wanted to be, but I had some other stuff going on. So, and I had content, and we'll actually look at what today. We'll look at what I used or what I probably would have gone over last week. Anyway, but yeah, last weekend I had some other stuff going on, so didn't have a chance to come out here to the shop Saturday morning. But I did today, and hopefully we'll be able to get a key made for this thing. We're going to talk about it here in a little bit. If y'all saw the little live video I did night before last, Thursday, I appreciate you watching. Moral of the story from that is that you need to calibrate your duplicator every now and again. Finally was able to make a set of keys to code that actually worked and weren't too deep. I'm thinking that my depth keys for Schlage are starting to get worn out, so I might need to get another set made and start using them. I haven't really looked, and I need to gauge them just to see. I don't know, just to see what. Just to see how far off they are. Get some calipers and go to it. Depth keys would be really useful this weekend too, but I don't have any, so we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way with some micrometers and maybe even a little, since it's close to spooky season, we might even conjure up a little candle or something. So anyway, let's see. Morning, James. Simulated emergency communication test. I have done those before. When I worked at 911, we did a few things like that, a few exercises. It was really cool because we actually had a mobile command unit that could be set up as an actual 911 center for pretty much for everybody, for the entire county if need be. So that was really cool to be able to use that a few times. It was crowded, chaotic, but it still worked. So, but yeah, Rune. Yeah, I think it's more my machine was out of whack. I do cut more keys to code than, using space and depth keys. I do a lot of that. But you're right, I haven't done that many using the Schlage blanks. If anything should be worn out, it would be my Quickset depth keys. So anyway, Kurt, good morning. Don't think I've seen you here before, so thanks for joining in. What we're going to do is switch over here to the bench, and then I'm going to show you what we've got. This came off of a cabinet, so wooden cabinet door. So it comes out about that far for the wooden part. Night Owl's been helping me a lot. Has also Jason has as well. Right now it's in the locked position, so if this were mounted, you couldn't open it. Of course, this secures it, and we need to make a key for it. The key was lost, and normally what I would do is just pick it, reach in there with a pick, pop this core out, and then sight read the spacing and depths, and just nibble out a key, and it wouldn't take that long. On this thing, though, the core does not pop out. And I even took it down as far as removing the roll pin that's here, which I'll show you in a second. Pulling this thing apart as much as I could, and still there's no way to access it. So we'll have to do it the tedious and cumbersome way, and I'll show you right here. Yeah, there went one, but yeah, that's all my attempts. I worked on this last weekend, Saturday, some during Jason's live, and then Sunday I spent upwards of about 3.5 hours on it. I'm not going to spend that much time today. Nah, not spending that much time on it at all. So anyway, let me get the camera shifted. Let's see here. Yeah, Night Owl. Actually, I got these Schlage depth keys. I got them from Bill Bacardi, and the blanks seem to be pretty good quality. And of course, he cut them on his machine. So, anyway, let's get the camera shifted around. Try to do this as smoothly as possible. And get it to where we can see what's going on. Yeah, Night Owl, I'd love to have one day, I will, after I have a machine that I can do it on, I'd like to make a set of nickel silver depth keys, because they won't wear out as quickly. And yeah, Don, I went through probably, probably about 10 or so blanks trying to get this cut out. This morning, before I started the video, I did nibble this thing out. And the first thing that I did was to pick this thing. It's a 5 wafer lock, and it's fairly easy to pick, but it does seem to have decent tolerances. And you actually have to pick all of the wafers to get it to pick. Now, this one requires a full 90-degree rotation to the unlocked position. So you can see it's not unlocked there. And it actually takes the RO3 blank, but a Y11 will go in there as well. And I have more Y11s than I do R03s. So we're going to see, let's see, the R03 and the Y11, you know, the blade height's the same on both of these. We can check that with calipers. That's the R03 right at 250, and then let's see, the Y11 is a little bit taller. Let's try duplicating. Before I go any further to making a fool of myself, I was using code software on the computer to get the depths of these cuts. Now that I look and measure, the Y11 is a little bit taller. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, let's try this on the actual R03 blank. You know what? I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to pull up the software over here so I can see my spacing. And we're going to go out 156. Let me switch to a different angle. There we go. That way I won't keep going out of here, going out of frame. So I'm going to go to 156. I may need to, let me see if I can readjust the camera a bit to where I can do this without poking myself in the eye. There we go. Kind of a funny angle there. Let me look at the comments real quick. Yeah, Miko, that's what I was doing, was kind of sight reading and feeling the depths of each of the wafers. So I'm making educated guesses on that. And I can't really get it to show on camera, but if I put just a solid blank in there, it does not go past that first wafer. So I'm guessing that's probably a 2 cut, because 1 is no cut. So I'm making an educated guess that that will be a 2. And what I'm going to do is measure out the spaces on here and mark it, and then cut down the depths. Let's see here. Okay, Night Owl. Yeah, I mean, if it's not any trouble or anything, that'd give me a little more peace of mind, I guess you could say, when it comes to doing Schlage keys to code. That'd be cool. So, good morning, Fred. Hope you're doing all right. Okay. All right, so let's see. So we can see over here on the code. Well, you can't see, but I can see over here. Space for cut number 1 is 156 from the shoulder. So I'm going to lay that down. Right there. And then just mark right along where that would be. Get my light to move. And now the rain comes pouring down. Which, by the way, the menu for today's food is chunky chicken chili, which is pretty good. All right, now number 2 is 248. So I'll move out through here to 248. Do the same thing. And then mark straight across with the file like that. 3 is 342. $4.35. Go, and then of course number 5 is 528, which should put it right about there, which is right on the edge of the end. All right, so now the easy part's done, right? And I've got my spacing marked out on the blank. Look at the comments real quick. Morning, LPG. Yeah, not out the spaces with a Sharpie. I've tried that, but I don't have a super fine point Sharpie, so I actually don't mind doing it with the file. It is a little more tedious, but it works. Okay, Don. Yeah, y'all have that wonderful daylight savings. Starts early. I hate that. Ooh, pulled pork. Sounds good. Yeah. I might do something for the chunky chicken chili then. It's a kind of a family recipe, so might have to obfuscate a little bit. But yeah. Yeah, Don. Chunky chicken is my body type as well. Let's see here. Hey, Don, I had my magnifiers on last week, and when I was trying to do this last weekend and just straight impression it, and, the little magnifying headset goggles, and, yeah, I kind of silently cursed because I could read a few other things that, other than the key, a little bit better. Yeah. All right. So let's get switched back over here. And like I said, it won't go in with it in the picked position. It will not go in at all past that first wafer. So what I'm thinking is the third wafer is definitely deep. It's the deepest one, and the fifth also is the deepest. It's not true like the song says, the first cut is not always the deepest. But anyway, let's do a number 2 on the first cut, which number 2 would equal 225. So we measure down 225, which that is, there we go. So you can see it's almost, I hope you can see, it is almost nothing at all. It's just a nibble. So I'm going to take the nippers and align it. There we go. All right, and then measure 228. I'm happy with that. I'll come back with the file and get that cut down a little bit more, but you can see that didn't take out hardly anything. And again, making an educated guess, cut number 2 is going to be the same. $223. So I was a little bit shallow on that, but just remember not to touch it. All right, and then for number 3, the next step down is going to be 200. So just to get a visual gauge how deep that'll be. See that we'll come down about that far. So let's see already. So I want the tip of the nippers just above there. And I can always take more off, but it's really, really hard to put more back on. And unlike here, it does not grow back. All right, 210. So I can go down another, what's that, 100th of an inch. But actually, I'm going to leave that. Number 4 feels about the same as 1 and 2. I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it like that for right now. And come down here, and the 5th one is definitely deep as the 3rd one. There. We can take off a little bit more because that's showing 225, so that's closer to these first 2. Let me just try it with this. Of course, I'm not expecting it to open up. Okay. Look at the comments. See here. Yeah, Rune, I don't know if you saw the keys that I was making in my Thursday live, but the first cut is very very deep, and the rest are pretty shallow. So I'm honestly surprised they haven't had more broken keys. Let's see. Good morning, Ronald. Yeah, LPG. I've got my contacts. Actually give me really, actually a little bit better than 2020. Without my contacts, I couldn't. Mr. Magoo could see better than I can. But close up is one of those things that goes with age, I suppose. See here. Yeah, Ken, and LPG, what I use is a set of these guys here. I think I got these on Amazon for like $5, but you can get them at Harbor Freight for really cheap as well. Not the most comfortable things, and people do give you funny looks, but yeah, it is what it is. Let's see here. Let's go down. Okay. All right. So let's do. I'm pretty sure that number 4 does need to be nibbled on a little bit. And also pretty sure number 5 does as well. And since I picked this thing all the way to unlock, you can see it turns like this. Of course, this would be mounted solid, and then the actuator or the thingamabob would turn with the handle. So let me get this into a picked position again, just to kind of gauge it a little bit. And actually, it's easier to work with when it's in the locked position. Yes, the cam, Night Owl. Thank you. I was using them here, technical terms. This thing actually does not rake very well. The lock doesn't either. This is actually one of the better tolerance wafer locks I've ever messed with, which is probably why it's giving me such a hard time. Yeah, only turn it 45 degrees. Yeah, that's where I had it, but I turned it the other direction. And yeah, the thingamagummy turns the doodad into whatchamacallit. Yep. You know what? We'll deal with it. All right. Let's get a little bit of fire started. Here we go. And of course, we don't want to get any burns until we're in the kitchen. So Use my small vice grips. There we go. Look at the comments. Alrighty. So we have to remember that unlocking is going counterclockwise. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of soot on this key. And I've tried it with Sharpie as well, and Sharpie works sometimes, but I don't think it's going to work for this one. Let's pull out those magnifiers, because otherwise I won't be able to see. What do you guys think? I know the camera sucks right now. I was hoping to progress it and measure it, but sorry about bumping the camera. Alright. I'm seeing a horizontal scratch on that third one. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, 3 should be 200. So let's measure. See, okay, we're at 212 on number 3. So let's take number 3 down just a little bit. Still at about 210, so I didn't cut that much out. And of course I cut that one way too deep. Son of a biscuit eater. Knew I should have gone with a file. You know what? I'm going to try it with the Y11 that I already worked on, because I don't have that many RO3s left. Not happy about that. I almost reached for the file to file it down, and I didn't. Oh well, let's see. Hey, G-Key man. Good morning. All right, let's see what wears on this one since it goes in. Not really seeing anything. Yeah, Nato. Yeah, I realize that now. In fact, I knew that before. I just wanted to take a shortcut. All right, so this first one was, let's see, 255, which the measurement should still be the same. Or 225, excuse me, not 255, 225. That one's a bit shallow. That shouldn't make that big of a difference. But then again, it might. Probably does. All right. New blank. RO3. I'm wondering, let's see. What I will do, wipe that soot off. So I will line these up and then use a spacing off the first one. Get these guys perfectly aligned. Tighten down. Go. Let's see. Yeah, LPG. I've tried it with the putting an edge on there, and it with this particular lock, I wasn't able to see that much of a difference. What I'm doing now is just going through and marking my spacing. And then that's just a rough on the spacing there. You can see a little bit out of whack there, but I'm close. All right. So now, let's get the round file, shall we? And not the round file where all of my good ideas at work go. And then if I get my depths correct on this one, then I can go down and if I get my depths correct with this one, I can use that and then use my nippers to nip out another one. All right. Morning, Jason. Yeah, I don't have much luck with it, but with the sooting, but it's less messy than Sharpie, which is what else I use. Yeah, Jason, you getting some rain and some wind down there today, huh? We're supposed to get leftovers of that this weekend or tomorrow. Let's see, so let's go down. Number 2 is 225. So you can see we've actually only got a few more swipes left for the first one before we're down to 225. $220. Yep, 223, so just a hair over, actually. So, the next one, we're going to be careful. $225 on the money. All right. So for number 3, we go down to 200. $216. $212. Getting there, nibbling away, bit by bit. $205, $204. What? One more swipe. 202. It's going to be close enough for me. Just for now, so I don't take off too much like I did just a minute ago. See if I can get... Actually, let me see what this does right now. Give it back. All right. I'm still going to say that number 4 probably needs to come down a little bit. Probably to the same as these first two. So I'm going to bring it down to 225. So one more pass. $225. Sweet. And then this 5th one is going to be about equal to the 3rd one based on what I feel when I have it picked. $205. Another one is $200. Okay. See where this gets us. Well, it's not an open. Let's see. Ken, I'm not that good. Yeah, LPG, I got a copy of a program from a friend. He just said, here, use my copy, and it should work. I'm not asking any more questions than that. So we'll just we'll just see how it works. All right, so let's see what we're getting as far as marks here. Not really getting anything as far as marks. See, number 1 actually. Maybe on number 1. Yeah, Don. Yeah, I did not ask any questions, and that's why I'm not saying what software it is. All right. I think definitely... I don't know. Let's see. Let's look again. Let's see, 2 is 225. That's what we said the first two are, so that's... Oh, sorry about that. You know, like I told Night Owl last weekend when I was working on this and getting frustrated, I said the candle is as much for prayer as it is marking. So let's see here. Between 224 and 225. 219 there. That ain't good. 220, so that's deeper than what I need it. That's 225 exactly. It's 204. This lock is picky. 200. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to do that. 200. That's right at 225. And then may have gotten that one off a little bit, but... So what do you think, guys? Did I get cut number 1 too deep, you reckon? Let's use a Sharpie on this just to see what kind of scratches we're getting. So I doubt I'll get anything now. And anyway, this is the last blank I'm going to use for this, so we will see. At least the last blank I'll use in this live. And I'm not getting any marks on anything. Anywhere. So that tells me what? It's back to the drawing board. Yep. So we went through, what, 3 blanks for this video? Yeah. Not too happy with that, actually. But yeah, I mean, trying to slide in just a regular blank. Of course, with it in that position, I'll be able to slide in anything. Get the magic pick to open this. This thing's a real pain. But, I mean, I guess that's good because normally we complain about wafer locks being so easy to pick and defeat. This is actually a pretty good thing. And there's no code stamped anywhere on this lock to show, like, you know, to give us a bidding. I wish I could take it apart. Hey, so looking at the comments here. Yeah. I'll move this camera around because I'm getting to the point where inappropriate language is going to come out. And I don't want to do that. That's not my kind of channel all the time. There you guys can see I've got a fire extinguisher properly secured to the wall. This guy angled up here. All right, so see, look here. Impressioning is way harder than some people make it look. Yes, thank you, Jason, for making it look way easier than it actually is. Thanks. I don't know if you're even still here or not, but yeah. I think Don just said it. Yeah, some people make it look way too easy, and it encourages others to be able to do it. Anyway, yeah. And I do need to order some more blanks. Yeah, keep funding the police so I can get more blanks. Yeah, just fund me. Yeah, that would be fine. Had to make a house payment yesterday. That's not that fun. Anyway, let's see. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I will knife the blank and then knife the lock after I take a break for a while. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Jason, I've not became one with this lock. I am but a grasshopper with this lock. I've not synced myself and became, one with the force and felt it flowing through me. No. Yeah, LPG, actually, I probably will order some next week. I don't want to do it before then because, this week's a budget week, but next Friday I will probably order some more blanks. Fortunately, this is not high up on the priority list. It was for a moment, like for a hot minute, which is why I worked so hard on it last weekend, and spent so much time on it, but it got downgraded, so we're not too worried about it now. So that is my saving grace, that I have more time to deal with it. So I suppose I will keep going through, and I've got a bunch of Y11 blanks, so I'll probably keep trying on them, even though it's a little bit taller. That just means I can't use those exact depths. I don't know. It's actually, the depth on that is actually measured from the bottom of the blade to the top of the blade. So as long as that depth equals the same, it should be all right. But anyway, yeah. See, if you take all this apart, Ken, like like you take the cam off of here and then you knock this roll pin out, pull the spring off. There's that little back there. There's a little limiter plate which keeps it turning only 90 degrees. But then you pull all that out, and in there's like a little block, and then there's another roll pin that is inserted, but it doesn't have a place on the opposite side to knock that roll pin out. So if there was going to be any drilling, it would be there. And, talking with Night Owl last weekend, I don't think that it would be feasible to go through that trouble. Because normally when you have to do that, you run into problems keeping the lock together or putting it back together. So, anyway, yeah, Jason. Yeah, that'll be exciting. Wind and rain and everything else. We won't get the wind as bad, but we're definitely supposed to get a lot of the rain, just like the last one that came through from down there. And having to fix a brand new lock that you put in that works. Wow. Is it operator error, perhaps? It might be a PEBCAC error. Problem exists between concrete and key. Maybe? Yeah. Problem exists between concrete and key. That's most of my problem. But anyway, alright guys. I've wasted enough of y'all's time today. You've definitely seen what does not work. I gotcha. So it's a biotechnology problem. Got it, Jason. Yep. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and stop on out of here. Well, I'll be back in a minute. And then spend some more time on this, and then probably come back out here after I've got my chili started, and I will post chili pictures on Twitter, so check me out over there. Anyhow, so everybody have a great weekend. If you're in the path of this wind and rain and everything, then be careful. Hopefully you live on higher ground. If you're elsewhere in the country, just be careful, be healthy. Anyway, I will keep everybody up to date on this project and how it goes and what the final outcome is, whether it is... yeah. Anyway. Alright, guys. So, y'all have a good one. Everybody, stay safe, stay healthy. Most importantly of all, stay out of trouble. And we'll see you next time. Appreciate it again.